Okay, Michael. So I messed around with this last night and then for like a half an hour this morning until I figured out that the answer to this, putting a reference area, your bathtub, in your bay window, is super duper easy. So let's take a look here. So you got your room, right? However big it is. You have your, well, you're using a bow window. Grab the bow window, tab, tab, tab. Drop it on there, right? So I was trying all kinds of things where if you put a reference area in a room, and usually I like to drop the reference area first and then snap it to the wall, well, then you can drag it over to the wall and sort of shape it that way. You know, say you got a cabinet, 2 foot kind of a deal, right? You can use the brake tool, pull this out, and your reference area will stay in the, it'll sort of follow the walls. And you can even use the vertex tool and kind of do a little bit of something sort of like that. But this, obviously that's not that. But if you wanted a shape other than a bay window or a bow window, you could do this and kind of hand make it, right? But so I was trying that with this and I couldn't figure out how to do it until a minute ago when I was like, well, what if I did this? So I got my reference area and I just clicked on the bow window. And there's your reference area. I don't think that really comes up in the trainings, so we're going to add it. So this was called tub, right? There you go. Just out of curiosity. Yeah, so if you just click anywhere, you can make a reference area really any shape you want to, as long as it's the shape of the room. So let's make something wild and crazy here. Right? No house would ever look like that, but grab the area reference block tool, click in there, and now we've got a reference area in the whole thing. Wow, that's way easier than trying to like make it the shape, and because you can't use, I don't think you can really use the vertex tool on an area. That's not true. You totally can. I was trying to do this last night and I couldn't quite, I was messing on, I've been getting it right on the line. So you can change that guy, but I don't think you can't make those arced. That's the thing you can't do. Let me double check that. Auto stretch hole, remove carpet bond. Yeah. So whereas like with a regular wall, we could have, let's get rid of this, our reference area. You can curve a reference area, but if you have to curve the wall that the reference area is attached to. So in other words, you open up this, say it's an arched wall, and then we've just curved the reference area by doing that. So, but you can't just drop a reference area and then curve it. There you go.